Rob Saul was on Kiki's dating show last night. Oh, Kiki. Kiki. Is she watching? I know she got stuck. She got gifted a membership the other day. She got caught watching, Kiki. Kiki. I got to tell you, Kiki, and I mean this with all due respect, Kiki, your show with your mom sucks. Your show with your mom sucks. It's terrible. The numbers show, Kiki, nobody gives a fuck about your show with your mom, no matter how much you're turning on steel toe for views and super chats. Nobody gives a fuck about your show. And listen, I am first. I'm turning on you and Gino because I see how you guys do your business. You turn on people like that, like a dime. Not on me, motherfucker. I'm in front of you. Gino, shut your fucking mouth about me. You don't know anything about the credit card situation. You're a fucking loser, Gino. Yeah, you are. You are. If you're having Bill Schultz at your house getting drunk on a Wednesday, you're a loser. That's your life, Gino. But I will give Gino a little bit of respect here. This is him covering the Aaron Imholt situation. This is courtesy of Hackverse Anonymous on Reddit.
YouTuber Aaron Imholt arrested over. Look, I'm going to tell you right now. Say we want about Aaron, but everything Aaron did, and don't get me wrong, I'm not weighing in on the domestic violence. That's insane. I don't know what it is. But the revenge porn shit, don't kid yourself. The revenge porn shit it's sore losers. It's people be like, well, why don't we charge Aaron with revenge porn so that we can, discredit him as a witness when the case comes up about us doing drugs and swapping wives with guns and children in the house. Because he sent a naked picture of my wife that she posed for.
Whoa!
Watch this be. This is the beauty of being innocent.
You don't look at me.
Never hit a woman. Never did anything wrong. Nick and Kayla Mercedes are stupid. And I'll tell you right now, if you think I'm going to Minnesota to testify for you fucking fat,
Wow. So Gino got some balls on him, went against Kiki and said, I'm defending Aaron Imholt now. Now that Gino's been a part of all the news stories, he was on the local news in Minnesota. He was in the Sun. So Gino's basically defending Aaron now, and he's going out against Aaron. Gino, I'll give you props for that. I'll give you props instead of that bitch move to quit being friends with Aaron. At the end of the day, you helped start all of this, Gino. You legitimately helped start all of this. I agree 100% with Kevin Brennan. You did not have to pick up that phone. You didn't. If somebody calls me from St. Paul, Minnesota right now, I'm not picking up. By the way, I'm on location. I'm doing my thing. I'm not in my little studio. I'm not like Melton, who does. You see Melton try to broadcast without his bells and whistles and his super he's like whispering and Melton, we know you're a gay man. We know it. You're a grifter. Once this corner of the internet's all dried up, you're going to go find another place to grift. We know it. Somebody sent me that clip of Melton going, oh, Jim Florentine doesn't even like Chad. His son doesn't. They make fun of him. Melton, you're a clown, dog. You are full disclosure, not to throw anyone under the bus. Florentine thinks you're a clown. We were making fun of you. I guess you ran into him in AC when he was with Karen at the time, and you're like, yeah, I opened for you in Tampa, and he had no idea who you were. And then he saw you in clips saying this and that and talking about shit about me and Godfrey, and he's just like, who is this dude? Does he think he's Red Bar? And I go, I think he thinks he's Red Bar. He's like, he sucks. He thinks you suck. So, no matter how you twist it, you're not fooling anybody. We know. Fucking Florentine's kid calls me all the time. He's the best kid in the fucking world. You're an idiot. You have no connections. He talked to Butch Brett. We know you. You're a clown. So Karl was on his podcast talking shit, lying about me. He was covering the Cedric John and I fight, and he couldn't find it in him to give me props. He didn't have it. He had to take shots at me like he always does. And he basically says, yeah, when John was going over my arrest and showing the mugshot from my DUI arrest and the credit card thing. And Karl's like, it's not like an own. I mean, Chad, he talks about it. He's proud of it. He's proud he always stalks women. He's proud of it. I'm like, okay, I don't always, you're out of your fucking mind. And then he brought up that dumb situation about that girl from like 6 years ago, a former friend of mine who designed this. She's a Looney Tune. She's out of her mind. She's an attention whore, always victim. I found out like 3 years ago, she said her boyfriend raped her and found out it wasn't true. And she disappeared for like 2 months and the guy called her out. Anyways, long story short, she was full of shit. Everyone tried to pile on. She sent one side of the email conversation and not my side, where she was my side of the email conversation and not her side, where she's constantly saying I should off myself and all this shit. And then I responded and she took that and tried to play the victim. And I got a little viral. And as soon as I had my attorney contact her, she shut it down and disappeared. Apparently he had to bring it up again on a show. And then Karl had to say, yeah, she was mentally unstable. Chad, that's what he wants. So I sent him an email going, hey, Karl, nice passive aggressive. By the way, Karl, I dare you to dispute this. I have it all here. I dare you, Karl, to dispute what you sent me. You can't. No matter how you twist it, no matter how, whatever you do. I know how you do it. You try to manipulate it. You try to skew the truth. I'm reading word for word what you sent. And I wrote, nice passive aggressive rips, Karl, on me with multiple stalking charges. And how I told a girl to kill herself because she was mentally ill, ? You're a serious piece of shit of a person, Karl. You have no idea what that former friend was sending me for weeks about offing myself until I responded. She shut that shit down immediately when I contacted my lawyer to have her contact you. But losers like you with an axe to grind needs to skew the truth for your narrative. The reality is, Karl, I don't like you, and I'll make sure I'll give you every reason not to like me. I know the insecure twat you really are. I'll never stop exposing that. So keep lying about me. You're doing exactly what Stuttering John is doing right now. You're pretty much the same guy. You're a lying, grifting opportunist with no loyalty and a huge ego. And he does. He has a huge ego. He goes to these dabble cons, these events, these Detroit, and they all suck him off. And he surrounds himself with everyone that kisses his ass and laughs at everything in his wood paneling basement. So he has no pushback ever. And Karl's not a funny guy. The one thing I will give Karl, he's well organized. Okay. He gets off on his organization. When he was doing all the sales conferences and the marketing, he loved talking in front of people. He loves being a know-it-all. It's like Melton. Melton, they love being know-it-alls. They like thinking they're in charge. They think they're smarter than the room, and they're not. I see through these people right away. So he thinks he's smarter than the room. He thinks he's the guy running things. Because at one point he had a very successful Patreon. It's still pretty good. It's not what it used to be, because he's going live every single day. Even though he says that's not how you do it. You got to do it once or twice a week so people will go sign up to the Patreon. And we know, Karl, and that's why you're going live every day, because you're addicted to the super chats. You're unoriginal. You're a douchebag. You're the last of the game with the Silk City hot sauce. You're the last of the game with the AI chats. You're doing everything. And now you're trying to be buddy-buddy with Melton. Let's see where that gets you. So Karl writes back immediately. So he's on his email. He writes back, I disagree. Guess how many people I've tried to convince me to off myself? Guess how many? None. You're human garbage. And I'm pretty sure, no, he didn't say this. I know you're still shoplifting on the regular. You're an unproductive menace to society. That will never change. Tell Kevin Brennan I said hi. And I wrote back, you might be dumber than Stuttering John with your assumptions and observations. Congratulations for not convincing someone else to off themselves. Either did I, Karl. In fact, she didn't convince me to off myself either after 15 emails. She also got in big trouble for lying about her boyfriend raping her 3 years ago. I love fake victims like yourself you all need to stick together because you want to try to ruin people. That's all you have. You know, I'm still shoplifting on the reg and I'm a menace to society. Ha 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 ha. Your insecure ego is completely bruised. And I did that. You literally have to completely make shit up to combat me. It's so fun for me. I got your number, bitch. Keep up your line and twisting perception. It's all you got, twat. Because the one thing is for certain, you're not funny or original in the smallest degree. Speaking of say hi to your 55-year-old wife who can't have a period. And he says, cheers, Karl. I said, queer, Chad. So there's the emails. He's bothered. I love it. It's that there's still a tooth there. It's just they put a thing over it. It's fucking great. I gotta admit, it's kind of weird to talk with. So I read those just for doodle. Nobody else gave a fuck, but I just want to show that Karl is totally bothered by me. He pretends like he doesn't watch what I'm doing. He pretends like he doesn't know what's going on with me. They're all lying. They're lying. They're keeping track. They're keeping tabs. That's a fact, Jack. Mr. Farty, Karl should have bullied much more as a child. He was. Karl, the one thing, if you go after Karl, he never forgets. He is an angry, angry nerd. I learned that. I saw that. He's very vindictive. If you slight him, he wants to ruin you. That's why he's doing Jocktober. Like he wants to ruin people. He gets off on it. He likes being the bully. He likes being that guy. Guys like that who weren't cool ever in life, he pretends. At one point he said, I was cool in high school. I was like Marty McFly. I played the guitar. I skateboarded. That's who he thinks is cool in his mind. Marty McFly. In his mind, he's like, that's the coolest. That is the quintessential place to be. Marty McFly. He said that. I played it on the show. AV says, Chad, you should contact the true crime podcaster that nearly got Karl canceled. He deleted the episode on her because he was terrified. He's a bitch. He's a bitch. Just like John, just like everybody. They're all bitches. I call them out. So to answer some of your emails, when you should go into business with Steel Toe because Kevin said, no, I'm not going into business with anybody.